Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, we're going to talk about Raksha, the Golden Cub. Now, I'm not exactly certain where he fits in the story. I know a Leonin of some, but anyway, we're going to play him because of what he does. And nothing says trouble quite like Raksha. For 7 mana, we get a 3/4 Vigilant. You know, that was before Vigilance was key. Oh, by the way, this was also back in the day. This was the only legendary creature in 5th Dawn, I do believe. Right? So, with the completion of this deck, I'm done with all the decks from 5th Dawn. That's awesome. But, as long as Raksha is equipped, cats you control get +2/+2 and have double strike. This was the beginning of cats working well with equipment. Now, he is a cat, and it's cats you control, so he's going to be a 5/6 double striker as your commander. So that's pretty good. I mean, it's hard to top that. Now, but he is 7 mana, so let's see what kind of ramp we got. Of course, we got our Soul Ring, Pearl Medallion, because that's gonna Pearl Medallion this may not be the actual best fit for it, but it does cheapen up our cat spells. We are playing an inordinate amount of artifacts, so maybe it needs to be, something else. Maybe oh shoot, Helm of Awakening, Marble Diamond, Gold Mirror, Palladium Mirror, Darksteel Ingot, Wayfarer's Bauble, and Seer's Lantern to try to get some, try to ramp it out as quick as possible. Now, as far as equipment, I don't know. I think there's 15, 20 equipment. I can't remember. This is where every build of Raksha varies. And I'll admit there are way better versions of some of these, but this is what we got. And you know what? It works. Sword of Truth and Justice was the actual card that made me want to finish the deck. This is one of those decks that Modern Horizons helped out quite a bit and made it where I could actually finish the deck. And this one was like just staring at me from the pack, and it said, I belong to Raksha. Argentum Armor, also pretty neat. Having that targeted annihilator, if you will, is pretty amazing. And also, the +6 on Raksha, the 3 plus the 6 is the 9. The 2 he gets from the bonus is 10, 11. The double strike makes it 22 commander damage from one swing. That's why I run Argentum Armor, because you don't need any other equipment. You put the armor on Raksha. Arguably, if you've got the mana to cast the Raksha, you've got the mana to play the armor. So that's why right there. Gorgon's Head, because you know what? Yes, it's just a 1-drop. It's Death Touch. That's fine. Death Touch is amazing, especially with, Trample. Yeah. I'm running near our cover sale because I would love nothing more than to Raksha to, have wings. Brawler's Plate. Trample here again, very good with the Death Touch. +2/+2 and Trample's not bad. The original printing, the rookie card, as it were, of the Loxodon Warhammer, the very first printing, it was uncommon. It was uncommon for years. I think maybe it's gone back to uncommon now, or are they just done printing it? It may be. But +3, Lifelink, and Trample, I want me some of that. Sword of Vengeance, just, laundry list of abilities. Trample's in there, +2, so... speaking of +2, of course, we've got our good old-fashioned, the Bone Splitter, the Darksteel Axe, and the Trusty Machete. See, those are all, swords, or, well, axes, I guess, that could totally be replaced by, more sort of somethings, if that's what you've got. I don't have any of those, so it's, working on what we got. The Ring of Thune is not bad. It gives it vigilance, and, the longer it sticks around, bigger it gets. Bone Horde. Creature cards in graveyards. Boy, that seems like a thing, doesn't it? And yeah, Danny, I know. I know Danny thinks that every deck I have is some kind of infect deck, but uh, this card, man, I mean, it's an equipment deck. It's +2, and let's look at that. So Raksha's 3. This gives it 2. That's up to 5. The Raksha bonus is up to 7. Double strike is 14, and that's infect. So that's a one-hit kill right there. Mm. Stoneforge Masterwork, of course, you know, we're playing the kitty cat, so why not? Kind of the reverse of that, the Shield of the Avatar, preventing damage. That's not bad. Greatsword is a reach, I'll admit, but you know what? I'll be honest with you, it's shiny, and I had the shiny one, and I was like, yeah, this is, a lot of these artifacts, really good placeholders until you can get the, the expensive ones that batter skulls and jets and all of that stuff. Those are all amazing cards. Leonin Scimitar is just a cheap 1-for-1, and then our last equipment is the Scythe Claw, which brings a little dude with it, but losing half their life is pretty good. Now that's deals combat damage, so if it's on a cat or if it's on Raksha, cats will get double strike. That will trigger twice. So they'll take the, however much damage, take that damage, half their life total, take the damage again, and then half their life total again, which is, now all that's not commander damage, obviously, just the combat is, but it's still enough to really seriously put the hurting on a life total. I've got a few anthems, as it were, Glorious Anthem, Honor of the Pure, Shared Triumph, and Marshal's Anthem, because let's face it, people are not going to just let this happen. Board wipes happen, and Marshal's Anthem is a really good way to... Yeah, there are better ways. Teferi's Protection is amazing. But let's look at our kitty cats. Now, I tried to get as many flying cats as absolutely possible. Because why? Because it's not something you think of that's flying. Yeah, 4 mana, 2/3 flying, first strike. That's, but if it gets +2 and double strike, that's what we kind of mentally have to tack on here. Especially the 2 mana, 2/2 flyer, or the one that already has double strike, right? It's not bad. Do we have any more flyers? Kinda, sorta. The Skyhunter Cub, if it's equipped, it's going to have flying. The Skyguard has flying. You get some life out of that deal as well. The Skyhunter Prowler, flying vigilance. I think that's all of our flyers. Now, the Philidor Guardian, people play a lot of, pacifism and type. I say pacifism. Pacifism itself doesn't see a lot of play, but cards like it. And you can just blink it and stuff falls off. Or, if it's beneficial to you somehow. Yeah, I run the first cat, Savannah Lions, and I specifically chose that version because when I think of Savannah Lions, that's the art that pops in my head. It just is. Because that's, this was a rare, folks. Yeah. Buy you a pack of Revised back then and not get an Underground Sea. You can get you a Savannah Lions as your rare. Heck, you could get an Island as your rare back then. But anyway, to be honest with you, I like Savannah Lions at the time more than I liked those, twisties. That's what we call the duels, or it's what I did anyway. The Shikari, first strike and lifelink when it's equipped. Kimba, because, hey, if we're doing cats and we're doing equipment, she's the one, right? She's cheap enough. And in theory, you can get her out, get 1 or 2 equipment on her, and start making a team. The Tajna Swordsmith can go and get your Argentum Armor or whatever else you've got. The Oreskos Explorer, some land. Healer of the Pride just to gain a little bit of life. Why not, right? White main line there again can save a creature. We got King of the Pride in MH1, so that's other cats you control get Savannah Line. I love that. It gets plus Savannah Line. And that flavor text from the Love Song of Night and Day, way back, that was pieces of that song was on many cards. I think there's a website somewhere that you can go to that actually has the song written out complete. Silvercoat line, this is our Grizzly Bear. Sunstriker is the Grizzly Bear with lifelink. Johnny's Pride Mate, you know, if we happen to gain life, we have to put a counter on it now. It's weird how the M19 version is not the accurate version anymore. And then our last creature's not even a cat. Because let's face it, you got to have a human out there to feed the cats, right? But equipment draws you a card. This is another good spot. This is actually a really good deck for stuff like this Stone Hero Giant and the one core that goes and fetches the artifacts. All those are really good. But let's look at our non-creature stuff. Coordinated Barrage, because, obviously we're playing some cats. We're going to, like I said, play some cats. We have a lot of artifacts, so Dispatch becomes really cool when Metalcraft gets turned on. 3 or more artifacts, it just exiles it. For 1 mana, you exile that creature. Condemn's pretty good, albeit it's no path or sword, but it's still really good. Disenchant, Erase, Oblivion Ring. Generous Gift is... I am already out of Generous Gifts. My box had 2, maybe? Yeah. I got just as many Fiery Islets as I did Generous Gifts out of my box. Isn't that weird? But it's a great card. Destroy target permanent. Unbreakable Formation. Wing Shards. Glad to see Wing Shards back. Looking forward to teaching an entire new generation of Magic players to attack before they play spells. We all had to learn the hard way. Man, that was rough. Play, swing, and somebody goes, Wing Shard, sack your team. Yes. It was a valuable lesson learned. Armored Ascension, we're playing mono white, and you know what? If we just happen to get Raksha equipped with even one thing, you can, slap us on there. It's flying, it's Gigantor. I mean, it does feel like a cheat code, but when you draw it, you really don't mind. Of course, Brave the Elements is going to save your guys from that red damage wipe. And our last non-land card is the Ritual of Restoration. Because let's face it, it's a good card to get your artifact back that they blew up. Got to have our Rogue's Passage, right? The cycle lands with the Steppe and the Desert. We got the Blighted Steppe to gain some life. Why not? And our last card is, of course, the Forbidding Watchtower. Which, while not a cat, still, I love the man lands. They are a good thing to do. That's right. Raksha's in a zebra sleeve. Because why wouldn't he be, right? Here again, this is another one of those decks that I'm going to need to shuffle before I play. Well, that is what I've got for Raksha, so it is time to put old Raksha up. So let's take it to the wall. And we go right on top of Sashi there. That bag right there is filling up. I guess you can see I've still got those 6. Actually, the 3 here on the bottom, I didn't get in my box. I got all the other slivers except for, all the other legends except for those 3. I've got those. There's Yawgmoth. Oh, that's Contagion Clasp in there, isn't it? But like I said, that is what I have got for today. I do appreciate y'all watching, but right now it is time to shuffle and cut.